Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Miguel, and I'm coming at you with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be telling you exactly what it is that I do, going further in depth with that, while also explaining to you what exactly how it is that I even got to this point, because I think that'll be valuable to you as well. So, essentially, what it is that I'm going to be telling you is how I went from a broke college student where all I did was smoke weed and play video games all day to dropping out and then immediately making six figures for this current year that I'm in. Didn't even have that much time, but managed to make that happen just immediately. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that and what it is I'm doing in order to make that happen, because not a lot of people are doing this in general, right? So, like I said, I was playing video games all day. I was doing that all the way through high school. And because of that, I was like, yo, might make sense to actually, go to college to actually make video games. It sounds like it would be a fun thing to do, right? Turns out it's not. It's boring. It's tedious. It fucking sucks. It's so not mind-numbing that the first thing that I decided to do was try to look for other avenues that I could potentially move into. I was watching a lot of Brandon Carter's content, a lot of Ty Lopez's content, and because both of them decided to Brandon Carter did an affiliate launch with Ty Lopez for this thing called Social Media Marketing Agency. You've probably heard of it if you're into this whole business YouTube thing at all. So you've probably heard of it at least once. I got into it thinking, yo, this might be a dope way to make money, and then I can not do this boring video game thing. That sentence doesn't even make sense to me. Boring video games. But yeah, that was the whole plan, right? The problem was, although I was able to understand all of the stuff that I was learning through this course and all the other side learnings that I was doing, I completely suck at walking into restaurants and all these other small businesses trying to sell them on my services. That's not one of my strong suits. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I say to play to your strengths. And that wasn't one of my strengths, but I did that for a full freaking year. This is like my entire junior year. I'm just walking into businesses being shut down over and over and over and over again. Like, it was just terrible. But on the bright side, I was highly into what it is that I was learning. So I was learning about Facebook ads and I was learning about marketing in general. And both of those things were extremely interesting to me for whatever reason. It might be the whole psychological aspect to it. I'm not sure what it is, but for whatever reason, marketing is extremely interesting to me. So I kept learning about it, and I kept learning about business and self-development as well. Funny thing about going deeper into these things to learn about these things and trying to push yourself to be better is all the people around me weren't resonating with me anymore that much, because I was thinking all high, thinking, yo, we can make these massive things happen. There's so much more to life than this small little bubble that we're in. Friends were impregnating their girlfriends, and dudes were just doing stupid shit that I wasn't into, and I was just talking about a lot of positivity. I literally had someone tell me, hey, yo, you're way too happy for me. I don't think we can be friends anymore. I literally had someone tell me that. So a lot of the people just weren't resonating with me and would literally remove themselves from my life. I even had this girl that I was dating at the time break up with me and move all the way back to Sacramento because we just weren't on the same page anymore. So all this was happening, but for whatever reason, I was thinking, yo, I should still be able to make this work. For whatever reason, that was just a non-factor. Obviously, I was sad about it. It sucked to have all these people that I cared about basically just remove themselves from my life, not inviting me places, shit like that. But for whatever reason, the only thing I was worried about was making this whole business thing work. So ended up going through some courses. One of them was a course called Fit Coach U. Another one was called, I forgot, he calls it something else. But so Fit Coach U is made by Brandon Carter. Another course made by Jason Capital. Both of them are teaching how to launch online courses. Courses where they teach exactly what it is that you're going to be doing. The reason like you bought everything, they're teaching like how it is that they're going about that process. And that immediately clicked with me. I was like, yo, this is something where everything is relied upon me. I don't have to go into all of these small businesses. And the last year of my time wouldn't have been wasted because I spent all that time learning about marketing. So I can still apply this knowledge, and then all I have to do is apply a little bit of extra knowledge in terms of like online marketing and product launches and stuff like that. And if you don't know exactly what a product launch is, this is where I'll explain it. A product launch is essentially an online course. It's like an online class where someone teaches something in this like online class format, and in exchange for putting this whole packaged course together, you give money. Boom. That is what a product launch is. There's obviously a lot more steps to it, and you can learn about a lot of that stuff on my channel because that's what this is for. I'm going to be talking about marketing and product launches because that's my domain expertise. But that's essentially what it was, and it was something that seemed like I could possibly be doing. Because it was how all the social media influencers were making money. So I immediately bought 3 books on top of these courses. These 3 books were Expert Secrets and .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. If you don't know, majority of launches are done through something called ClickFunnels. It's a software online that you can do all of this stuff on. Personally, my favorite. And a third one was called Launch by Jeff Walker. And that's basically kind of like one of the first people who got famous for this whole like launch process sort of thing. So I got these 3 books, and the initial plan was to make a course of my own and then launch it. Like I had the entire thing mapped out. I'm going to launch a course by December at the latest. This is December of 2017. I'm going to launch a course by December at the latest is going to be my course, and I'm going to start selling it, running ads to it, whatever it is that I have to be doing. The more that I'm mapping this stuff out, creating the content and everything, I'm noticing some holes in the plan. Not that it wouldn't work, not that what I'm doing wasn't going to be effective. What was bugging me is that it was going to take a long time. This is partially why I was sucking so bad at the whole social media marketing agency thing. The plan for that agency is to get a couple of clients to pay you $1,000 a month. I was walking into places and saying, "Yo, pay me $5,000 a month, and then I'll run your Facebook ads." That was probably why a lot of them were telling me no. It's because I was just asking for such a hefty amount. But I actually almost got close. Almost closed a couple of deals, but it just never worked out because I was always shooting for big money. And that didn't change with this. I was like, yo, this could potentially work, but it's just gonna take so long if you do it for yourself. So I had another idea. What if I use this same skill set, but instead I find someone else who's famous and I offer to walk them through this whole launch process for them in exchange for a cut of the profits? So it's still the social media marketing agency thing, but instead of me going to all these like small businesses, these boring small businesses, I'm going to actual social media influencers and launching their courses for them. Boom. All right, cool. Inception of the idea. Okay, I don't know if it'll work, but let me send out a couple of emails and send out a couple of DMs to see if it'll work out. I shit you not. The first person I emailed was a guy by the name of Austin freaking Dunham. Calisthenics dude, awesome guy, great guy. You should definitely check out his YouTube channel. First person I cold emailed, and a week later, he emails me back. Long story short, we get on the phone, and he agrees to let me do his launch for him. Cool. Got that down. Got a client immediately. Now, I completely pivot everything that I was doing for myself and just start applying it to everything that he has going on. So here's where things start to fuck up. This is when school starts, and the part-time job that I was working at a restaurant at the time, they aren't really giving me hours because I'm a really bad employee. So they're not giving me hours. I'm completely bogged down with school, and I'm trying to like juggle those two things and trying to set up all this stuff for the launch, set up sales pages, email marketing stuff, just trying to get all of this stuff together and still trying to read as much as possible because this is going to be the first launch I've ever done, and I want to make sure it goes well. So I'm trying to juggle all of these things, and then I'd have no money coming in because of this job. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to just start driving Lyft whenever I get off of school, whenever there's like no traffic at all, because it's LA. So if you drive Lyft or Uber in LA when there's traffic, then you're not really going to make that much money because you're too busy stuck in traffic all the time. So I have to wait till super late at night driving from... I usually drove from like maybe 7 or 8 to 2 a.m. every single night, waking up at about 4 to 5 a.m. every single morning. So I wasn't really getting any sleep, just trying to make the money come in. And my car keeps freaking breaking down. So all the money that I'm even bringing in is immediately going out and going into fixing my car to make sure the money keeps coming back in, because that's my only mode of transportation to get me to school. So because none of this shit seems to be working out properly, I have another freaking bright idea. It's not to quit doing the social media marketing agency thing. It's to drop out of school. So I'm completely fucked. And my bright idea was, I should just drop out of school, and then that'll probably resolve the majority of my issues. I'll be able to actually have money coming in, because I'll be able to actually put in more hours at a different job, and I'll be able to focus entirely on making this whole launch thing work. So I played with that idea for maybe a few weeks, and then I decided to do it. I dropped out of school with 1 semester left. It's like the first video on this channel. Dropped out of school, and... long story short, the videos on my channel, the course ended up making $60,000 in 31 days. I have another case study that I'm going to show you later on where I launched another course, and that one made $100,000 in 18 days. I've been connected with Brandon Carter. This desk right here belongs to Hayden Bowles. I'm connected to him now. Friends with a dude named Splash Man, who I'm going to be collabing with. You're going to see on this channel eventually. It's led to so much stuff, and it all started with me taking that leap of faith and dropping out of school. And that's basically where I'm at now. I'm essentially a digital nomad at this point. I'm able to travel the world. You're going to start seeing me in different places. And that is how I got to this point right here. So I plan on using this channel to further explain this whole launch process. So if you want to do it for yourself, it's 100% possible for you to launch courses for yourself and make money. It's 100% possible to use sales funnels for other things other than launching info products. And those are the things that I'm going to be using this channel to talk about. I'm going to be teaching these things, all these marketing principles, so that you can apply them to your businesses and make money. Maybe you're in a similar situation as me. That's why I wanted to tell you what it is that I was doing and how I got to this point. Because if you're going through a similar situation and you think it's not possible, trust me, a lot can happen in the span of a year, in the span of a year and a half, 2 years. A lot can happen if you literally just don't give up. That's like key number one. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward no matter what. And as long as you're applying yourself, as long as you're keeping the information coming in and taking action and making steps forward, you can see a lot of growth and a lot of change happen in your life. And maybe you need to make that jump. I'm not suggesting you drop out of school because that is a pretty freaking big decision, but maybe you need to take some sort of risk that'll basically light a fire under your ass and push you to go forward. So yeah, I'm going to make another video further explaining what it is that I do, like in greater detail. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Like it, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else it is you would like to see on this channel. And until next time, peace.